What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, we're wearing the new Insiders quarter zip. We have the sweatshirt behind me, and we have the new t-shirt. If you want to check those out, those are down in the description below. I sell all of the merchandise for cost, so if you want to represent the brand, make sure to check that out. But today, we are talking about reaction versus anticipation. One of the most detrimental things that us traders like to do, and including myself, I am not someone that is always not susceptible to making bad decisions as a trader, right? Everyone's going to do it from time to time. The more you can decrease it and hold it back, the better you are going to be. But us as humans and us as traders love to predict that something is going to happen rather than let it happen and react to it, right? A very simple concept, but a very hard one to mentally get over. And Tesla is a fantastic example of this today. We have seen Tesla trade in a sideways channel since September 12th. It is October 28th. So a little bit over a month, we have had nothing but the same channel between $450 and $414, a 30-something point channel that we have been trading within for a very, very long time. If you guys have come to the pre-market live streams, if you follow my analysis has been the same on Tesla for this entire period. Wait for Tesla to break the channel and wait for the channel high to turn into support on a break and retest setup. When that happens, we can react to that price action and we can trade it successfully. We do not need to predict when it's going to break a channel. This is true for anything in your trading career. If you're watching a rejection point or a support level, do not predict that that is going to break and it's going to go in your favor. Wait for it to go in your favor and react to that happening. A very simple concept, but a very important one that I want to put into your head in today's video. So we're going to review the Tesla trade that I caught today. We're going to talk into detail about reaction versus prediction and how important this is in your trading journey. Press that like button before we start. Let's go ahead and get into the charts. So before we jump into the details of this Tesla trade and break down the chart, I want to let you guys know that starting November 16th, I am doing a live trading event. It will be 3 days. The first day on Sunday, the next 2 days, obviously Monday and Tuesday. Sunday, we'll be prepping for the upcoming week live with you guys for free. And then we will be executing those ideas in the markets real time together on a YouTube live stream. So make sure to register down below. The link is going to be down in the description. So getting into this Tesla trade, you guys can see that we have been trading in this channel back since pretty much September 14th. We have had these lows at 414.50 that have continued to hold, and continue to hold. And we've seen these highs at 450 that have rejected every single time. And we can see that every single move inside of this zone went from channel highs to channel lows, channel highs to maybe halfway point, breaking out, faking out, back to lows, back to highs, inside the middle point, then back to lows. And what I'm trying to get across here is that the move inside of this channel, while you may think that you can just trade it from highs to lows, there is going to be times where it fakes you out, where it just stays sideways, where it goes from the middle point back to the highs. It is very unpredictable. It's very difficult to trade something when it is sideways. There is no momentum and no fluidity typically to the price action inside of tight ranges. An area that you definitely want to stay away from, especially as an options trader. You want momentum and fluidity and direction as an options trader. And inside of a channel like this on Tesla, you just don't want to be a part of it. Now, what happens inside of these channels is that most traders will look at a bounce off the lows similar to this one and 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 predict that that is going to be the bounce that breaks out of the highs. And you can see that every single time, besides today, which wasn't even a bounce off the lows, and we'll get into that later, every single time, if someone predicted that the bounce off the lows was going to break above the highs and Tesla was going to have a major breakout, they were wrong. And that is not, talking bad on anyone because, hey, yeah, I probably thought the same, as well. I probably saw Tesla squeezing off of these lows and said, hey, maybe this is the one, right? Trust me, bro, it's different this time, right? That is very natural. Don't think that it's not. Don't think that what is going through your mind is not going through everyone else's mind. We are all humans at the end of the day. We all think the same way. Trust me. It's only about the humans out there that can limit and control their mind a little bit from taking these actions irrationally and off of emotion, right? So what happened on Tesla? I have been saying for the last 2 months in my group and in our analysis, wait for the channel to break. We need to let it break first. Let's not try to anticipate when this breakout happens. Now, what we can see over the last few days, if we go into the 30-minute chart and we zoom into the last few days, here is your last few days of the channel. We can see again, pushing into the highs, rejecting. Off the lows, into the highs again, here at the highs again, rejecting. Now, yesterday, we got above those highs and we closed above them. So that right there is something changing. So we actually saw a break of the 450 channel high and we saw it hold into end of day. That's different. That's something that hasn't happened for a month or so. This now could get interesting, right? And so for the traders that avoided the last few months of inside price action and didn't lose during that time period, they still have the opportunity to catch the long like we did today, right? Just because you weren't trading it for the last 2 weeks doesn't mean that you are not going to make just as much money as someone who's been looking at it, waiting for it to break out for 2 weeks, 2 months, right? You can jump on these moves when they start to occur and stay out of the sideways price action. A very important thing to understand and to try to control in your trading, right? So today, I simply just said, hey, we have broken the channel highs. We are turning them back into lows. If we turn previous major channel highs into lows, then that is now a reason to enter the long, right? Now I actually have a thesis and a reason for an entry. And that is exactly what we did today. So let's go ahead and talk about Tesla today. Coming into the day, we were looking for that zone to hold, right? Obviously, that was previous channel highs right here on the 1-minute chart. And we saw that in the pre-market today, we were maintaining that level. So coming into the morning, I was looking for some type of a pullback into that key demand, which you guys know I love, pullbacks into demand, and see if the buyers step up. So we can see that off the morning rip, we went lower. We stayed in this demand zone between 450 and 453.55. Let me go ahead and show you where that 453.55 comes from. So right here on the daily chart, we have a very clear daily high at 453.55. So let's go back to the 1-minute chart. We can see that that daily high went ahead and rejected price action short term, and we were still above that 450 demand. So really, Tesla was coiling and building a support within that demand to start the day. And all we needed to see was Tesla to have a strong reaction out of this demand, hold above that 453.55, and we can look to take that entry and have that upside opportunity. Now, the other reason this was so interesting is because you probably could assume that there was a lot of shorts trying to short this back lower off this 453.55. And once it got back above, all of these shorts right here would be instantly squeezed out of their position, which adds fuel to the fire on the upside. Now, once entering that trade and seeing the price action heat up after breaking above that 453.55 level, I was looking for a hold above the morning high, which we got right here. And that is where we caught our beautiful continuation trade to the upside on Tesla, all the way up to the 461 level, where I did some scaling out, and eventually I did get taken out on the runners. But overall, about a $3,100 profit, over 30% win, and all I did, again, was just wait for the trade to come to me. I didn't predict that Tesla was going to break this channel. I waited for it to do it, and I waited for the previous channel highs to turn into lows right here on the intraday today. So moving forward, we're going to continue to look for that 450, 453 level to turn into a demand. And now every single time that Tesla comes back into that level, we're going to understand that that is previous channel highs turning into lows, and this is now a possible long spot to continue to look for moving forward. And that's really all that I have for you in today's video. So I hope that you learned something. I hope you can see how that played out today. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to press that like button. And as always, this trade idea and this plan was all provided for 100% free on our pre-market live streams. All you have to do is wake up, watch the live streams, and get prepared on a trade like this on Tesla today. I'll see you guys in the next one.